I know that some people say Christianity and culture don't mix, but I think that's the exact opposite. I think the exact opposite is true, is because culture can't even escape Christianity. Do you know one of the best ways to introduce the gospel to a non-believer? It is through culture. Use culture as an opportunity to share the gospel. I'm going to give you a couple ways that culture cannot escape Christianity. Let's look at movies. There are a bunch of movies who involve Christian aspects. I actually read the Harry Potter books a few years back, and a good way for me to bring up Christianity while talking about Harry Potter is bringing up the Christian components in the movies and the books. And it's like, how does Harry Potter include Christian components? Well, let me tell you. It has the idea of good defeating evil. There is Voldemort. He is evil. He's trying to rule over the wizarding world, killing Muggleborns, not wanting anything to do with Half-Bloods, even though he's a Half-Blood, which don't make no sense. But we have Harry Potter, the hero. He comes and defeats evil. We Christians, we have an enemy, the devil. And you know what God's doing at the end of the day is God is going to defeat the evil. Good defeats evil. That's not all. We have death and resurrection. Jesus, he came to earth, died taking on our sins, and then rose from the dead 3 days later. What does Harry Potter do? He dies and he resurrects. Harry Potter, he's a Horcrux. You cannot defeat Voldemort while Harry Potter is still alive, having part of Voldemort's soul in him. So you know what? Harry sacrifices himself for the greater good so that everyone else can live, having the opportunity to defeat evil. That's exactly what Jesus did. He died defeating the devil, defeating sin, defeating death, and he rose from the dead. And you know what Harry Potter did? Harry Potter rose from the dead and defeated Voldemort. That's exactly what Jesus did. Jesus died for our sins, defeating evil, death, the grave, the devil, rose from the dead, and he saved everyone from their sins. Both Jesus and Harry Potter sacrificed themselves for the greater good to save people. And disclaimer, no way, shape, or form am I saying that Harry Potter relates to Jesus in any way. That is absolutely not what I'm doing, because Jesus is better than Harry Potter in every way, shape, and form. But what I am trying to do is I'm using culture as an opportunity to bring up the gospel. Harry Potter, other books, movies, and TV shows, if we find ourselves talking to a non-believer and we're talking about something of culture, we can use our books, movies, and TVs as an opportunity to share the gospel. So use culture as a way to bring up Christianity. God gave you certain interests to reach people so you can share the gospel with those people. You know what else is a part of culture? Art. If you have someone you connect to based on art, you know how you can bring up God? God's the most beautiful artist there is. Look at the world around us. He created the sunset. He created the sea. He created the mountains. You cannot beat that. Now let's talk about music. Now I'm going to give one example. I'm going to bring up Taylor Swift's song, I Did Something Bad. And if you don't know that song, what she's basically describing is she's doing bad things, but she enjoys it. You know what the concept of that is? That's sin, people. That is sin. She is describing a sinful nature. And if you don't know how sin works as when you sin, you feel good. It tricks your mind and think you enjoy it. But really, it's harming you, it's harming others, and it's harming God. We love to sin. Before we're saved, we are fully chasing after sin, wanting nothing to do with God. You know how you can bring up God when talking about this song? It's saying we cannot have a relationship with a sinless God when we're sinners, because God cannot have a relationship with us even though he wants to. So you know how he fixed that? Is he fixed that by sending Jesus down to earth to die for our sins. That way, when we believe in Jesus and turn from our sins, we can have a relationship with God. Culture is a perfect way to bring up the gospel. It's the perfect way to bring up Christianity and how Jesus died to save us from our sins. Now, before I end this video, I want to say if you do have personal convictions like, oh, I shouldn't watch Harry Potter or I shouldn't listen to secular music, don't let me influence you to do anything else. But if you don't have those personal convictions, I highly encourage you to use the culture and use what's your interest to share the gospel.